fucking with a nigga like me.
5 pistols, 3 weeks, 1 person insane enough to try it. Over the course of this cancer-causing journey, I saw many things. Shotgun spammers, spineless SMG infiltrators, tryhards running around with the Butcher, Beetlejuice, Orion, and MSWR, cunts flying around in drifter jets, ground-pounding dickheads, lasher and chain gun using faggots, 15-year-old milsim players camping on a mountain with HE prowlers, mellow Martian wannabes jumping around in 20 different fucking directions like they're Bugs Bunny on crack. Now normally killing these low-skill fuckheads would be another day in the office, but it isn't. Why? Because I had to send all of these rage-inducing pricks back to the spawn room with just a pistol. Now C and Daybreak do a royal fuck up with most of the directive guns on the list of balance changes left me extremely pessimistic about the performance of an updated executive. But would you look at that? The executive was actually turned into a better gun. That still ain't gonna make up for nerfing my Tempest though, or combined arms. Fuck whoever was in charge of those changes. Now according to the game in Iridar.net, the executive has a silencer that doesn't reduce its bullet velocity. These were the figures the game showed me. It has the same velocity as an unsilenced mag shot. That means that you have the same range as the mag shot, with the added bonus of being OP against glue-sniffing communists and cultists. Unfortunately, this advantage doesn't apply against veteran players. Because of the first sign of damage, their legs turn into fucking pogo sticks and spam those green tubes of heroin they call medkits. Or do they use restoration kits now? I don't fucking know. Then there's the nice bonus of being more accurate if you aim down the sights. It's noticeable enough to make a difference, and makes killing your freedom-hating enemies that much easier. You also have more ammo capacity by 3 rounds, although it's quite meaningless in practicality. I'm done sucking this gun's dick. There are 2 issues with this gun that separate it from the mag shot. One of them is meaningless and the other can be a serious problem. The first problem is that its minimum damage range comes at 40 meters instead of 60. This is meaningless because you shouldn't be using the mag shot or the executive at either one of those ranges anyway. The other more significant issue with this gun is the reduction in magazine size by 2 rounds. This forces you to be more accurate because you have less chances to get that kill. Missing your targets will get you killed, and against tankier targets like heavies and nano weed, not having those 2 rounds is a real pain in the ass sometimes. Also, killing 2 people per clip with 15 rounds in the mag shot was rare, but the executive's reduction by 2 rounds ensures that such a thing is virtually impossible. While these 2 disadvantages do suck ass, it won't be much of an issue if you have the executive unlocked, because the skills necessary to Araxium 5 pistols would have been beaten into you by then. You'll already know how to land those headshots and body shots, as well as the places where you can pick fights with other targets. Now my answer to this probably should be obvious, but is the executive worth grinding for? Nah man, not unless you enjoy suffering. It's common sense why people don't go out of their way for this gun. Araxium 5 pistols is some next level shit, and the reward ain't the greatest thing in the game either. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but not good enough to justify the huge cost of buying 5 pistols, not to mention the personal toll that Araxium 5 pistols takes on you. But I need to mention something. If you're asking yourself if you're willing to get this gun for practicality, then you've been going about this all wrong and are probably new to the game, and the Daybreak company as a whole. Everyone knows there are better options like the revolvers. The executive is a good pistol and on par with most of the pistols in your arsenal if you really want to know, but it's not why I use it, and it's certainly not why I went out to unlock it. Directive pistols as a whole are the rarest weapons in the entire game because they are so hard to get. Their worth lies not in the practicality, but their prestige. Sooner or later you're gonna get the God Saw. You can farm a biolab, you can do a couple hundred friendly scrims, you can attack or defend the Crown, TI Alloys, Ceres Hydroponics, the Bastion, or some other base with lots of farm potential. The amount of time you spend at those bases depends on how long it takes for the VS to ghost cap the continent, or the TR to zerg the NC warp gate. The executive is a weapon worth using because it's a badge of honor that shows you put in the work to get a gun so difficult to unlock. There's something kinda special about being one of the few people to have the directive pistol, and I got mad respect for anyone who unlocked it without boosting for it. So, if you have the executive, use it to show off. you'll still do good, and you've earned the bragging rights. Now get out there and become an enigmatic member of the board today.